Here's how to complete the new Season 5 Reloaded Dark Aether Easter Egg, unlocking the new Dark Aether Rift portal, allowing you to go in the new Dark Aether and unlock the new schematics. This is a multi-step Easter egg involving getting multiple items like the drum, the diary, the giraffe toy, and Mr. Peaks. And once you've beaten this Easter egg once, you can use a sigil or elder sigil to use this new rift to go in the new Dark Aether Rift as much as you want. If you find this useful, please let me know in the comments and drop a thumbs up. But let's start things off by getting yourself set up. I recommend a Pack-a-Punch Tier 2 at least, and when you're ready to go to the new rift area that's spawned right here in the Tier 3 zone, this will start the brand new story mission Ascension. There is a lot of steps to completing this story mission, such as going to this area and finding the 4 remaining relics, activating the obelisk for Dr. Jansen, and you'll need to repeat this in 2 other areas of the map that will be indicated by a yellow light, where you'll be searching for relics and then defending the obelisk by killing zombies. And then you'll get to a really cool step where you need to ascend up to the top of the high-rise tower, and you'll need to go even higher using all of the jump pads to get to this extremely high boat floating up in the air, before you'll be teleported to a set of floating islands where you'll need to take down the entity boss fight. This is a relatively straightforward boss fight. You'll be hopping between islands and shooting the different orbs that the entity has in front that turn from white to orange, as that's how you inflict damage. And once you get the entity down to 0 health, this will actually be a fake death where you'll have to go and do this all over again. To rinse and repeat, but this time be sure to focus on the entity's hands, otherwise it's going to do a very strong attack, and that's the final weak point before you'll do full damage to the entity. And once you eventually take the entity down, there will be a reward rift where inside you're going to find the Mr. Peaks bunny. This is one of the 4 new rift items. It's already upgraded, so now we need to go and find the 3 other items, which are going to be purple, and then we'll need to upgrade them. To exfil out the game, get the awesome cutscene, put Mr. Peaks in your invent for safety, and let's go and get the other 3 items. Now, there is a bit of a caveat to these items, as you're going to need schematics from the previous season in order to complete and get these items. So in no particular order, we'll start with the purple drum, and in order to get this, you need to have the blood burner bike, either by spawning it in with the blood burner bike key schematic or by getting extremely lucky and finding one around the map. With the bike, you're going to need to specifically go to this section in the Tier 3 zone that you see on the map, where right here you're going to see a Mr. Peaks bunny hanging off the edge of this little drop here. So the idea is you're going to drive with the blood burner along this route here, as there are constant arrows guiding you on where to go. So you're going to be driving here across the water. You're going to see an arrow on the bridge where you're going to take an immediate right up onto the road, then follow this path along up here, again all the way up, and once you get to the very end, it's going to spawn a reward rift. In this example, one of our teammates had already done it, but that's exactly how you get the first reward rift to spawn, and inside you're going to get the purple drum item. Nice and simple. Now when we drop this item, you can see that it's called the Echo of a Drum. So you'll notice all the items we're going for were from previous story missions, but you can't use those versions. You need to get the new versions that you're seeing right here. So that's the purple drum. Let's now move on how to get the purple giraffe, and for this one you need to have one of the more recent season schematics, the Sergeant's Beret. Craft it and bring it into the game, or run a previous Dark Aether sigil rift to try and get it. But the method in which you get the toy giraffe is you're going to need to put on the Sergeant's Beret. So in this example, you can see my friend Lego Unlocked is going to equip it, where you see his character model physically change, and what they have to do is they have to sneak up to a mercenary camp, get behind a mercenary AI, and then execute them by holding down the melee button, and it will do the execution animation. Once you've completed that execution, the rift should immediately spawn and you will get the purple giraffe toy. You have to wear the disguise, otherwise you won't be able to get this to drop. And the final purple item is going to be the diary. Now in order to get the purple diary, you're going to need to equip the Aether Blade schematic. So either craft an Aether Blade, or again you're going to have to run the Dark Aether Rifts from previous seasons to try and get it if you don't have the schematic already. But in order to get the purple diary with the Aether Blade, you simply need to kill 5 mimics using the Aether Blade. Now you can do this by just running around the map, coming across mimics, and then using just the Aether Blade to kill them, which will obviously take quite a while. Now there is a method they've added this season to spawn a ton of mimics in, and in order to do that, you need to come to this section of the map, which is the bridge in the far right middle of the map that connects Tier 2 to Tier 3, and it's a bridge that's just to the right of the first Dark Aether Rift portal from Season 1. Now by the docks under the water, there is going to be 3 plimps that you'll be able to melee that will activate a light that is going to spawn in one of these triangles that you may recognize from a previous season. Now the spawns for this change all the time, but you can hear the sort of glistening glow for them, and you'll need to melee 3 3 in total, which are all going to be underwater. So make sure to have your game audio up so you can hear these, so you can see them. But once all 3 have activated, you'll see the triangle light up, and you're going to need to be in the correct position to spawn this in. And for that, you need to go underwater and be right here in order for them to line up, light up yellow, and this is going to spawn in a ton of mimics. And when I say a ton, I mean an absolute ton of mimics, maybe like 40, 50 mimics. And for this to work, you simply just need to kill 5 mimics using only the Aether Blade. So the easiest way here is to simply keep bobbing and weaving inside the water, waiting for your Aether Blade to recharge, then popping up, throwing it again, and just rinse and repeating, really. If things get too crazy, you can take out some of the mimics and the zombies with your normal weapon, but you're looking for an elim that appears on screen called no swiping. That confirms that you got the elim using the Aether Blade. And again, you don't have to do this method, but this just guarantees mimic spawns. You can just run around the map. You could get them from strongholds, whatever you fancy. You just have to get 5 total, and this is the easiest way that we found. And once you've gotten the amount of mimic kills required, the rift should spawn, and inside you will find the purple diary. So now we have all 3 items. Let's show you how to upgrade them. Starting with the easiest one being the drum, you want to make your way into the tier 2 zone, not too far from the docks just now, and to this plinth here, where you'll need to get some sort of vehicle to mantle up, and you will see a zombie's body, but also hear the sound of a 115 meteor, and there'll be a prompt for you to offer your unattuned relic. This will now spawn in a ton of zombies and elite zombies, but specifically the zombies are going to have a effect on them that's going to tie to one of the 4 ammo mods. And around in this area, you're going to see lit up plimps where the effects of each ammo mod are going to be on the top of them, and you'll be able to go up to them and acquire the ammo mod required. So in this example, you can see the zombies have this icy mist, which means it's cryo freeze. So I need to go over to the plinth that has cryo freeze, apply that, and then get some zombies kills. And then eventually zombies will start spawning in with a different effect, which means I need to change the ammo mod. Rinse and repeat until you've had to use every ammo mod, and you should have the reward rift spawn, giving you the upgraded golden drum. Let's now move on to how to upgrade the locked diary. For this, you want to come to the top left of the map, right here at this point where you can find a massive eagle statue. And if you mantle right underneath it, you'll notice another zombie's body and another rock where you'll be able to offer your unattuned relic, being the diary. In this example, my teammate had the diary, so upon interacting, it's going to spawn 4 PhD flopper cans, and every player that has the diary will be able to take one of these cans and begin the upgrade process together. Immediately following, it's going to spawn a yellow rift, which if you have the diary, you'll be able to use, and it will teleport you onto the top of a chimney in pop of power. Since I don't have the locked diary in this clip, I can't use the teleporter. But whoever does have the locked diary will be placed on top of this massive chimney here, and the idea is that they need to PhD flopper off the top and land onto this blue crate that has the icons of an eagle. If you manage to fail, there's a rift right at the bottom of the chimney here that you can use to take to get straight back up. But the idea is you're going to PhD flop perfectly onto this blue crate with the eagle icon, and if done correctly, it will spawn the reward rift. And as you can see, my teammate did get the upgraded locked diary, and there we go. We can see it, echo of locked diary right there. So we got the upgraded diary, the upgraded drum, we got Mr. Peaks. We just need to upgrade the giraffe, and in order to upgrade the giraffe, you're going to come to this little parking lot opposite the gas station in the tier 3 zone, and this little white van will have a zombie inside with that 115 meteor, and there'll be the offer to upgrade your unattuned relic. And I stress highly, you must be prepared for this with tier 3 pack-a-punch and legendary rarity, because this is going to spawn an insane amount of boss elite zombies. You get a mega abomination, and then you also get an EMP mangler as well as a disciple that you're going to need to all take out in order to get that upgraded giraffe. But once you take them all out, again in a 3-man, it seems to be pretty simple. You get that upgraded giraffe. Now we have all 4 items. Let's go and open up that new rift. So the new Dark Aether Rift is right in the middle of the tier 3 zone behind Opal Palace in the fountains here, and you're going to need to place all 4 items in the correct rift pedestal matching the icons that you can see underneath. When you're in the fountain, zombies seem to ignore you, which is really good, so it gives you a little bit of breathing room to place all the items in. Make sure they're in correctly, otherwise it won't spawn in that new rift. But once all items are in, it's going to spawn that new Dark Aether Rift portal. But before you can use it, there is going to be a mega Abomination that's going to spawn. And this is not your normal Mega Abomination, so be sure to be prepared to take this thing out. But once you've taken it out, it's going to spawn a reward rift containing a sigil. You can use that to go into the normal version of the new Dark Aether, or place an Elder Sigil behind to get you into the hardcore version where you'll get the brand new schematics. Now, a word of warning, this is easily the hardest Dark Aether Rift yet. It's also the biggest, and it also has the least chance of you getting the new schematics. It's actually very, very rough. A Scorcher is 100% recommended for you to get around and actually complete these contracts in time. One of the contract locations is up on the high-rise building right here. It's just outside on this crate, where it will be an Outlast contract taking place in the very bottom of high-rise. And be careful, because this isn't your normal Outlast. It will spawn an EMP Mangler boss halfway through, as well as the potential of a super strong Disciple mini boss as well. Another contract can be found here on this floating island that has a crane. Right on the very end of the crane, the bunny is going to be there. So again, if you have a Scorcher, it's going to be a lot easier. But there are these Ethereum launch pads that can launch you all around these islands without needing the Scorcher. And this is going to be a Spore control contract. And this is quite a hard one, because you need to go and get the inhibitor devices at the high-rise building itself. But the 6 Spore locations are very far around the map, so you're going to need to be very quick to make sure you get these done. 2 are going to be on the high-rise building, and the 4 are going to be spread out across the map. Some a lot higher up on floating islands than others. And the final contract is an escort contract, and you can find the bunny on this floating train here, just to the side of the high-rise building. It's going to be on the edge of this advertisement board here, and this is one of the longest ACV contracts I have ever done in Modern Warfare Zombies. It is a very, very long one with 4 total stops, and it includes a mini boss fight at the end with Mega Disciple boss, along with other bosses that you're going to need to take out first before you can damage the Disciple. And that is your chance of getting the new schematics. But if you don't get them, you're just going to have to run this again and again and again. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, smash the thumbs up button, because I just spent 10 hours live streaming trying to hunt this all for you. So I really hope you found this video useful. And be sure to subscribe for more Easter egg tutorials like this, because Black Ops 6 Zombies, this is going to be your one-stop hub for everything Easter eggs for that game. It's going to be insane.